Hey everyone, and welcome back. I'm Daniel Jackson. I'm here with David McGirt today, and we've got some exciting news. As you haven't noticed, we have some new signs up on the wall. David came in today and took down the old signs to put these up. So, David, can you tell us a little bit about what this thing is, LakeScape?
Absolutely. So LakeScape is the answer to the requests and questions our customers have been asking for years, right? So Lake Martin Dock Company's been the kind of premier provider of marine services and even decks and more in the last 5-6 years. And our customers keep coming to us and saying, well, you built a beautiful dock. Could you just take care of the electrical? You know, hey, you built a great seawall, but what about the irrigation? Who do you recommend, et cetera? And for years, a lot of times we would, out of breaking my own rules, we would get outside our blinders and say, these are the things we're really good at. But we're going to try to help this customer. And most of the time it was always successful, but it was also very painful on the inside. And so about a year and a half ago, we identified, in order to do this correctly, it's not a dock company adding on other services. It is a whole new company that's going to have subject matter experts and experts in the different verticals, or subcontractors that are aligned and work in the same way that we work, and we manage all that together. And that's what created LakeScape, was our customer wanting someone to come take care of the entire LakeScape. Sure, you know what to do if you need a dock, but what if your gutter downspout fell in the last storm? Hey, my mailbox got knocked off. I got an irrigation leak that's problematic, and I need to get everything winterized. Well, no one company's out there going, yeah, pick me, all those odd jobs. Well, we have service trucks. We have all the infrastructure. We just need to get the process and the documentation and the project management to manage all that. And that's what we've created with LakeScape and are now launching with LakeScape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's over the years, that was a struggle for me, is you want to help out a customer and get the electrical handled or getting the painting done. And, something that we've been able to do, but it gets real time consuming if that's not your primary role within the company. And so you kind of, you slack off in different areas because it takes a lot of time to manage that, make sure that, whoever you're getting out there to do that work is going to do it to the standards of what Lake Martin Dock Company in the past had wanted, and now with LakeScape. So very exciting where we're going.
And that's really the end of it. The whole purpose of it was, generally speaking, Lake Martin, just like other lakes around the country, are not in a major metro. So you don't have this unlimited list of really good vendors to pick from, 24-hour service and all the things. And number two, this isn't the primary residence for the majority of our customers, right? They live somewhere else, and this is their second home. So it's even a worse logistical challenge for them. It's like, well, hey, just meet me at your house and we'll take a look at that irrigation leak. I'm like, I'm 2.5 hours away, and by the way, I have to work so I can pay you. So it's one of my pet peeves. I'm like, I have to work so I can write a check to you. So why do I have to take off work to come see you? We've earned the trust and with our customers to where, our teams go out there, we take all the shots, we can do a FaceTime, we do Zoom calls, we can work through these projects with them and be able to, make sure they're aware of what's going on, identify the problems, and just take care of it. They know that we're properly insured. They know that our teams are going to take good care of their property and report back to them. So that's kind of that underlying core trust is what's making LakeScape, head in the right direction relative to, how do you volunteer yourself to take care of all these things? And you've done it for 14 years. We've earned their trust, and they're like, just, if only you would do these things. Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's just finally like, just listen to your customer, for God's sakes, Dave. Yep. Instead of yelling at you guys on the back end, I'm like, why are we chasing down this for this customer? We're spending a day's worth of time to go fix this one little thing. It's the right thing to do, but from a business structure, it's like, hey, this is what we need to be working on, and it distracts.
Yeah, and with me, I always want to make sure I have a happy customer. So I'm always willing to go, the extra mile to make sure that they're happy with everything that we're offering to them. But kind of going down the list of what LakeScape will be offering, so we'll have 4 main verticals: marine construction, which will be, what Lake Martin Dock Company is known for docks, boathouses, seawalls, redecks, riprap, kind of all that. Then we'll do decks and patios, which we've been doing for a while now. Landscaping, so we'll have hardscapes, outdoor fire pits, patios, retaining walls, and then offering electrical and lighting. So dock lighting, been doing a good bit of that, and then starting to do some landscape lighting as well. So
Absolutely, and like you said, so LakeScape is that separate entity that's managing and doing all these things and coordinating it all for the customer, and those are some of the primary pillars that we're starting with, and that's going to expand. Pools and spas and other things are going to get rolled up in that quickly because, just some of the customers here recently, it's yes, you guys are building our dock, and yes, now you'll do the electrical, and obviously we got to take care of the seawall. Well, I've got irrigation and sod. I also want an outdoor fire pit. I also want a water feature, and then I actually want to extend that contractor grade deck that they built and make something nice, and I want to tie that into the structure. So now you're talking about I'm tying into an existing residential structure. I'm doing masonry. I'm doing carpentry. I'm doing decks. I'm doing all of these things. There's no one company that does all those things, right? You're going to have to manage that project if you're the homeowner, if you want it done correctly, right? Lots of folks out there, and we did the same thing. It's like, yeah, we'll take care of that for you. We're not going to be the best, but sure, it'll get done. So we're able to say, hey, we're going to get best in class and manage that project end to end. And behind the curtain, what's really valuable is the reason the top contractors continue to work with us today is we manage that process. So there's nothing more aggravating than showing up to a job site and you're not on deck, if you will. Like, I can't get my equipment down there because these guys aren't done. So You're stranding equipment, you just wasted time and energy. As everybody knows, there's no straight lines at the lake. It's a 45-minute drive, to get to a customer call job site, most of the time. So just the logistical savings and being able to work with a project manager that's actually staying on top of projects makes it to where, these top vendors that are around the lake today that we're going to continue to use for things that we don't do are going to be very excited and are already excited working with us, going, thank God there's somebody that's actually managing these projects, and we can be more efficient and they can be more profitable, which allows them to have better pricing.
Yep. It's great, and it's all exciting. Well, hopefully this has been helpful for some insight in what LakeScape is and why it was created. You may be watching this on our Lake Martin Dock YouTube page, but this will be the last video that goes on there. And be sure to check us out on our LakeScape YouTube site, and then also check us out at lakescape.com. But be sure to follow us here for more content, and we'll see you next time.